Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, one and all, to the most unreasonable video game available to you today. It is beyond all reason. We're in today. We're just skipping the boring part. We're getting right into it. Look at this little high OS lobby action. Catching some high OS players here on the loose, you might even say. And we're just getting right into the juicy stuff now. Dark Blue already doing something different than normal on Pond. He just kept the first two titles, and look at the chat replay. Are you seeing it? Blue gives energy, gives energy, gives energy, gives energy. And then he starts sharing titles, continues to give energy. He is a personal battery right now. He is determining who gets energy rather than just giving some to the front. Pretty spicy, pretty spicy. These are the little things that these high OS players do to get ahead. Now, looks like the rest of it is pretty standard for now. Let's start right up to 4 wins battery lab. I usually get up to 6 wins myself before I do anything else. Unless energy is really starting to overflow, then we just hit the battery. Hit the storage. We're doing Conbot, Conturret, Resbot. Not getting the metal just yet. No, this guy goes and gets the metal immediately. Very nice. I believe the way to do this, by the way, E, Alt, and then a circle drag, and you will get all of the metal. That's E, Alt, circle drag with left click, and you'll just eat all the metal if you're targeting a rock with your initial reclaim key. So, right, if you press E on the middle here, you should just then go suck up all the rocks there. E, Alt, left click drag. So what's Blue doing? He finished his titles and he's just walked his commander around getting some mixes. He's put down some wins and an energy storage. Then we've got a bot lab. It's a classic. I like this. I think just getting all of your, and Frontliner 69er agrees, just getting all of your mixes right away is way better. He went for 4 personal titles, and it seemed like he was running low on energy there for a bit, but now he's doing better. X builds 1 construction bot, 1 construction turret, and Lord knows how many wins, and then goes into the pond to build infinite conversion. You know, I just catch these replays sitting in lobbies, you know, letting the game run. That's how you get to that's how you get to 6 chef, folks. And when I see something interesting like this, I want to give it a little commentation. I want to give it a little fermentation. I want to give it a little permutation. I want to discuss, can this be better? Is this actually an interesting or a good strategy? So I see 2 regular titles to start with, and now we're just doing conversion power. Interesting, interesting. We're putting down both of these. Our metal is being shared out continuously over the last like 30 seconds, maybe even before that. Yep. Wow. Look at that already. For the last 2 minutes, Axe has just been throwing his metal into the tech player. And there it is. There's his timing. First Fat Boy at 6 minutes 39 seconds. Yellow has held and pushed back. They've got a gauntlet up. It's looking pretty spooky. I don't know. It seems like it could be somewhat devastating to have this sort of a predicament at your base. You know what I'm saying? Like, what in God's green earth is that? A Fat Boy right in your face. Gauntlet. What are you gonna do about it, bro? Let's see what that gauntlet shot does here. It's not hitting. Gamer Guy 69 needs to die. Thank God there's no jammer up here, it looks like. Unfortunate. They do have... Oof. They do have a construction vehicle, but no jammer. I mean, Fatboy timing, like sick nasty sort of Fatboy timing here. Ooh, yeah, but look at that. The 2 blitzes start doing heavy damage, picks it back up with his heavy trans. Very smart. Any air player response? 17 OS 6 Shiv? No, we care not. This is actually very easy to kill. There's no... Oh, and if we were... Imagine if we were in position with fighters for this. This seems to be a thing. Geo just going bombers. Oh my god. Is it just enough? No. Good job, pink. Responds in time. Orange responds in time. Not very well done from light green. He just revealed it to the world. One fighter getting a little bit of scouting, nothing too bad. This fat boy continues on its quest up here. Getting swarmed again, getting picked up again. Very nice. Dark blue making sure this stays alive. Con turret at the front with a bunch of res bots. That was his follow-up. Look at this. So he's got his commander still just making energy converters. All these wins now. What are we up to here? 49. How's that compared to opponent, right? Because you're always kind of looking to scale here. 68? Really? This is 68 wins? I wouldn't have guessed, but opponent pond way ahead in wind right now, huh? Crazy. And it doesn't matter though. Look at our fat boy. We're already 44 kills, silver bar, 20% faster reload speed. Die, Beamer. Bam. Man, those goddamn Beamers, you know what I'm saying? They really do deserve to die. They need to get out of here. Sick and tired of their high single target DPS. Let my fat boy handle that. Yeah, these jammers should definitely be covering. I mean, look, you got 4 pulsars and a fat boy. I guess yeah, waiting on the Jags is probably smart, but yeah, it's already enough with just those pulsars, just these starlights. Getting ready. 23 kills already on these babies. Wow. These things are so good. How's Orange's numbers in comparison to light green, who transitioned to air first? Damage dealt 40k versus 25, so a little bit up in damage, not a lot. Metal produced 27 to 28, so down 1,000 metal. Interesting. Dark red, pretty sweet timing here. 14 minutes with quite a few platypus, 19 platypus still. Absolutely destroying purple. I'm sorry, Mr. Zuni. Very commander walkable, by the way. One of these things where I think as air we need to be thinking about scouting these islands more often, right? Like sometimes the island looks like this and you can't get your commander over there, but otherwise, maybe just you scout this, you're like, oh, that's super droppable. You just pick up your guy's commander for free, just make another heavy trans and you get him over there. Get that island taken over. It is a huge difference, especially in situations like this where suddenly you're losing all your mexes. Thank God he didn't lose any of his tier 2 mixes. Way to go, Glowlander holding off the Platies there. And Dark Green transitioning to tier 1 Armada so fast. Very respectable. Interesting to see this high ROS player doing Armada Air. Not really what I'm ever thinking about, but he's thinking about nuclear bombers here. I like the way that Pink is spamming tier 1 here. He honestly has quite a bit. 72 fighters. He's winning big time in the air right now. Big time. I wonder if he's at all thinking about going bombers right now at 15 minutes. Honestly, going tier 1 for your 15-minute attack, like, it has to be the right choice as air. If you're going to go for a 15-minute attack, this is how you do it. Dark Green getting his shit immediately destroyed. What did he hit? Nothing? There's no Starlight Corpse there, so maybe a Starlight. What are we seeing here? Front has gone Ducks. Whoa, that is such a sweet tech transition, by the way, from Cortex here. Front Cortex player goes Advanced Bot Lab to build Ducks, of course on the second page, folks, of the lab, Ducks, and push down opponent's tier 2 lab. That is devastating. That is nasty. Nasty. Very, very nasty. Is this enough? Is Dolphins enough to oh. Dolphins might have been able to do something there, with a little friendly fire action from these brimstones. Honestly, I don't like brimstones. I think maelstroms are like decent in a situation like this, but I just don't like brimstones. They can get turned on your own units so quickly. So annoying. So annoying. What's Dark Blue been up to in the meantime? A little metal storage. Finally going his first fusion, which seems Okay. Enemy pond player just scaling. Oh no, also getting a fusion. Roughly similar timing, and now he's contesting the sea. He's like, yeah, screw that. That seems like some hot garbage. And it is, quite frankly. Everybody is getting on the sea. Look at this, you guys. Like, 2 players transitioning C immediately behind this tier 2. I feel like he should definitely get this going. Like, that seems like a no-brainer. A tiny little bit of micro that would help him tremendously right now. He's just, like, this is too many labs, brother. This is something we were talking about with Commander Box Eater. He's choosing way too many lanes. We're doing eco, which we always have to do. Don't forget that. We're not doing enough eco, by the way, because we're not getting this 4.3 max, which is totally safe right now. And we're building, like, we were building out of a tier 1 lab, we're building a tier 2 lab, and we were building out of a tier 1 C lab. That's a whole lot of freaking building. Oh my god. Dark Blue says, you know what, we're going to win this goddamn C, and we're going to have a flagship on it, which I think is almost real. Orange with the Platies, I really don't know. The Platies are going to lose so bad to a couple of subs like this. Are they going to snipe the enemy subs? Not yet. Enemy subs have turned around, but our numbers have also immediately dwindled. We get one more. Okay. Well, not the worst. I like this. Look at this is a very respectable amount of anti-air from Aldocatraz. Of course, a bit of a missile cruiser could take this encampment out very easily. I wouldn't be too excited about losing the sea here. And he hasn't contested this island still, which is very surprising to me. Like, but yeah, look at this. Dark Red. It keeps going for the amphibious transitions, by the way. He's only got 2 APHIS up right now, going a third. He's got a lot of metal on him, so great transition. He could even think, of course, about eating the gantry and making another one. Look at this. He's wiped out 1.5 players already, and light green is getting smashed by the flagship. Hasn't had any time to put up shields yet at 24 minutes, and I don't blame him. It looks like his eco was fairly light. He was just committing heavily to Jaguars and like fighting the front, I guess. Yeah, with these starlights, look at these. These were all his here, all dead. Ugh, this is the worst feeling as a Geo player, honestly. His early attack did nothing. His follow-up starlights accomplished very little. Yellow is a pork master, but he does need another shield or two here to prevent the flagship. The flagship being up is pretty massive. They're not wrong. This is the counter pressure that they need, but air is an imbalanced game. Air really needs to be like, well, this should be enough Razorbacks. This should be enough Razorbacks to defend with the Jags, right? Like, this is not comparable in army value, really. Yeah. Oh, look, Traz, I cannot win this sea, bro. It's so fair. He's being pelted all day by the front player, by the air player, by the beach player, and even a little bit by the geo player. So it's not surprising that he's just like not winning. It's incredible that this flagship wasn't able to take any of this stuff in the middle out, even though there's just 2 shields here. He really, okay, now there's 3 and we're going to 4. It seems like you need way more shields than I remember lately for even one flagship, which is so valid. Like, honestly, 2 or 3 shields countering a flagship was fairly like doable if you got your flag by this time. But the fact that now it's really not I think is pretty balanced, right? Because like if you've been able to rush a flag, and then maybe you can just build another one as a follow up with like anti-air, jammer, radar, type beat, and you're not getting contested. I feel like at 30 minutes you can probably have 2 flagships out, a little bit of eco, and that should be able to destroy like anything. But before, I think like even at 25-30 minutes, having 6 shields was possible, but now it looks like you need like 4, 5, maybe even 6 shields just to handle the one flagship. So I kind of like that change, if that is a change. This is a lot of metal we're piling up here. Look at that, 23,000, and above it another 10. This is a huge metal transfer. Although, as we can see, metal produced numbers, it's currently 200,000 metal in favor of red. It is really quite something that blue is even holding at all. They are taking some pretty decent trades. I guess a lot of this metal is invested here in the middle. Like these pulsars are not cheap, 10k each, neither are the keepers. Another 20k total. Got one anti-nuke. So there's quite a bit of that metal difference invested here, which as we can see is making a huge difference. Dark blue, just desperate to hold with some tier 3. I don't mind it, but I'm surprised we're not choosing the pulsar option at all. Like pulsars decimate so much of what can come at you here. And they're like the same price as a Razorback, and they don't require you to have a lab, which is pretty sweet. Wow, was that from one of these? That was a paralyzer shot that just EMP'd that. Was it this? Is that its range? You guys, do you see this? These paralyzers, these static missile launchers are nuts. The fact that it can hit all the way over here, so crazy to me. The Cortex one as well. Like having a Cortex one up here, or even here, if you're waiting, right? If you can build an encampment, it can hit like two, like to this mechs or some crazy stuff. I'm always blown away by these static missile launchers and how effective they can be, even against tier 3. Look at this. 30, what is that, 20 seconds of stun on a Razorback. You can kill it with tier 1 in that time, you know? Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. I love to see these things in action, you guys. And, you know, if you don't know how to build it, let's have a look. It's from tier 2 constructors. Where can we find one? There it is, our guy. We look at combat here. The Paralyzer, the EMP missile launcher, 1600 metal, 29,000 energy. Not cheap, but very good. And there is a pretty hefty drain that comes along with building these rockets, but it's so worth it, as you can see. It just creates such an imbalance in the fight. That's why Thors are good. It's because they have access to those EMP launchers, alongside, of course, like 10x the power of a Jaguar. As the blue team is starting to give up, tech player says, "I can do it." Which, kind of doubt that, not gonna lie. All these cruiser ships are, this is a funny sight. That is quite a sight there. Razorbacks getting blasted by nothing more than some missile cruise ships. Poor boys. No micro for them, as tech player is too busy. Who knows what? He's gone as well. Everybody's gone besides Zuni. I think they've all resigned or left. What an unreasonable video game here. Beautiful hold from Red. They just got a better eco going. Dark Red got those really nice hits in, and yeah, just look at this. He kept scaling, unlike Light Blue. That's probably where most of this eco diff has come from, eh? Yeah, look at that. 400,000 metal from the Red deck player. Just doing it all. Just doing it all. The entire difference, basically, between Red and Blue team. Which is incredible, right? Because Dark Red got off to a great start. Did great things. He could just push way ahead, hand out all sorts of stuff, get those platy attacks in, have huge impact. I really like as well what the long front player was doing with that tier 2 bot lab transition to go and kill the enemy's tier 2 C lab. That was nasty. It really, I mean, Alcadabatraz or whatever his name was right. He couldn't win that C. So Red put so much into it. Yellow just held with static. It was beautiful. Like they found a perfect balance, right? Like usually the two front players both end up investing into this static, but instead just Yellow doing it and being able to hold all by himself. Incredible. Incredible. Was he scaling anywhere in specific or no? Looks like no, he just had all these wins, which I mean, quite a few wins, right? Like this is no joke. This is this is like, yeah, 320 wins or so, 5,000 energy per second. It's quite a formidable amount. And yeah, there's a cloaked. I love it. Red team really showing what a beautifully balanced game of bar looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you again next time when we go plant side, ladies and gentlemen. See you then. Bye bye.